Welcome to all. Some may be surprised. In the previous class, he told he is starting strength of materials. But there was a problem. There is one topic, analysis of statically determinate pin-jointed plane frames. I was wondering or thinking what to do for this. Throughout the world, this comes in engineering mechanics, almost everywhere. But sometimes in some university, they put it in third semester, after strength of materials. Whatever it is, it actually comes in engineering mechanics. So, I finally decided, this is a very, very important one. I finally decided to put it in engineering mechanics only. But remember, what happens is, advanced part of this one comes in structural analysis. So, engineering mechanics, remember, you consider only equilibrium. You don't consider deformation, deflection, or indeterminate, we don't consider. So, what you do is, I am continuing now part 5, if not now, I have to upload later. So, I decided to continue. Otherwise, it becomes very odd. In strength of materials, if I include, it looks little odd. So, I have to wait up to structural analysis. There also, again little odd. So, best place I taught is engineering mechanics. Little lengthy chapter. I will continue. Then strength of materials. Equally important. Remember, now, see, engineering mechanics, today's class is 317. Part 5, lecture 1. Now, this is analysis of statically determinate pin-jointed plane frames. Class, something I will tell now. See, this lecture is pre-requirement for, you should see those who are serious, you write everything. This lecture is pre-requirement for method of joints coming later. That is next class only it will come. Later, when you consider this part, two methods are coming. One is called method of joints, other is called method of sections. What is method of joints? What is method of sections? But before that, what is pin-jointed plane frame or pin-jointed space frame or rigid jointed plane frame, rigid jointed space frame, determinate or indeterminate? Regarding this one, introduction will be given in the next lecture, that is lecture 2. So, lecture 2 I will write Introduction to Analysis of Statically Determinate Pin-Jointed Plane Frames. So, today's class, I will not talk anything about pin-jointed frame. What is pin-jointed frame? What is the determinate? Nothing I will talk. What I will do is, this lecture is a pre-requirement. See, again put the reason here. Pre-requirement means when you consider method of joints later, engineering mechanics, see, you write here. Why it is called a pre-requirement? You write here. This I am writing pre-requirement because when we consider method of joint later, principle of engineering mechanics will come, which is already over. And it will be a concurrent force system. We will be considering equilibrium of concurrent force system, which is already over long back. But you require a systematic approach. So, today's class, I will not talk anything. I am removing this one now. Not talk anything. I will just concentrate on the pre-requirement. As usual, advice come warning. I told you, advice black, see, usual color, warning red color. Advice for those who are serious and dedicated and go through each and everything, make note and thorough studyly. It is a polite way of telling, advice. What is the advice? Go through this class thoroughly and repeatedly till you get the firm grip. Okay. Warning is for those who are reckless or not that serious or do not go through entire class, randomly go through a class. I know so many are there. simply open the class, see something and then leave it. Okay. For them, warning, because you will not understand anything from me in future also. Unless you are serious, it is waste of your time, or you are, see, in mobile data, you are wasting, maybe per day you are getting 2 GB, 3 GB. You are wasting few MBs by going through 1 minute or 2 minutes. Why you are wasting? Go to entertainment video, not my class. See, such harsh way is required. So at least people should wake up now. They should understand how much effort I am putting. Class number 317 for engineering mechanics. Another 50 more classes are there, I am sure. So strength of materials, you have to wait for little time. Okay. So for them it is warning. It is no use for you to going through my class. So I always take the class here or give education for those who deserve it. Who deserve it. Deserve means loyal to subject and believe everything I tell. That is, have full confidence in me. You should tell that way. Whatever he tells, you should tell. He is 100% correct. He will not make any mistake, technical mistake, grammar mistake, spelling mistake, calculation mistake. Sometimes number, I write 30 km here, by mistake some other load given. That's all corrections. Print mistake it is called. So again warning. Okay, now see, my preliminary part starts from here now. See, I am writing briefly. See, those who want to understand everything, what I dictate, you should write. But in the notes, I will write all these ones. See, in engineering mechanics so far, except for some support reaction problem, I think, leaving that, because support reaction comes in strength of materials and also structural analysis. We always consider basic conditions of static equilibrium are sigma fx0, sigma fy0, sigma m0, where xx and yy are two mutually perpendicular axes. And generally, we take xx horizontal, yy vertical. In friction chapter, we take xx along the plane, yy perpendicular to the plane. That's okay. So here, this way. Then, right here, sigma fx0. What is the meaning? Algebraic sum of components of the entire force system in x direction equal to 0. Sigma fy0. Algebraic sum of the components of the entire force system, that is all the forces, in y direction equal to 0. You should write it. Sigma m equal to 0. Algebraic sum of moments of the entire force system about any point, see, any point equal to 0. This is what you are writing so far. Now, see, I am changing over now. Full board I am rubbing now. Because why? I do not want this one now. These all I already told. See, I used green color for xxyy. See here, I think you can make out green color. Okay, now I will remove everything here. Continue my pre-requirement. You make one more note. I will dictate regarding resolution of any force inclined to xx or yy. First of all, make a note. If a force is directly along xx, no resolution. Why? X component. If the force is directly along yy, no resolution. Why? Directly force along y. But if the force is inclined either to xx or to yy, see, inclined to xx means it should be inclined to yy. Then resolution principle. Make a note. Let P be the force. See here, P. P, P, passing through a point O. See here. P passes through O. See here. Here. Second one. See, I will put here example 1, example 2, example 3, example 4. Okay. P passes through O. XXYY is how, see, I already told you, in our case so far, this is your XX, this is your YY. Means, usually you take like this. Now, for resolution, you have to consider angle made by the force P with the nearest XX. See, nearest means if I draw XX here, see here, this is the angle made with the XX. This is also angle made with the XX. No, you should never take this angle. Danger. I think I explained engineering mechanics. Why danger? Do not do it. See, these all no time now. These are already over. It is over hundreds of times. So, you consider the angle made with the nearest XX or theta. Let theta be the angle made by the inclined force with XX, that is nearest XX, or make a note here, when you write theta, your theta should be always less than 90 degrees. See which side less than 90? Mark that side. See here. This force, see, it is XX. See here. This is your, see, this is your XX here. This is XX. No. Take this theta. Do not take this theta. Here. This is your XX. XX. Don't take this theta. This is your theta. Here, see, this is XX. Point O here, I forgot, it is shifted slightly, okay, O. This is your XX. Don't take this angle, take this angle, theta. This all I told you. Some people will tell, sir, I can take this angle, I can take this angle. What is wrong? Nothing wrong. Then some correction required or concept required for resolving. If you take this angle theta and blindly write x component and y component, it is gone case. There, but see, software solve will take this theta only. Here, software will take this theta. It will take what? See, this theta. There, corrections are there. So, in my class, if you believe me, you have to believe me. I am teaching in such a way that each and everybody will understand. People who think they are brilliant and know everything. Sometime in my class, if I tell that way, people will tell, sir, jokes. Okay. That is because of the confidence my student got. My students, nobody will believe that if someone tells in front of case and that he knows everything, they will tell, sir, fooling around, joking. Okay. See, a student should be always there where he should be, trying to learn concept, not tell, I know everything. Me, I can tell because fortunately I know everything, but it is not arrogance, it is actually confidence. Okay, leave it now. Make a note here, you mark the theta less than 90 degrees. Then resolution, take pencil. See here, this pencil all, I will stop after some time. See now, you come here. See, force going this way. So it is going right side and up. Or when you write this way, this P should go in between. See here, here see. This is easy method for you. See here. Here, see. And this way. So that force goes this way. Now, in my class, see, you can take the angle. You should write everything here. You should consider angle theta either with XX or with YY, with which you consider the angle, that component is cos. Other component is sine. So, make a note. If angle considered is with the xx, I am dictating this already over thousands of times, then the x component is cos, y component is sine. If angle considered is with yy, then y component cos, x component sine. But what will happen is, so many people will understand. I will understand. But there are so many people, I will tell you, more than 80%, around 80% people will have the difficulty. They get confused. Cos or sine, the angle, see, they have to think. So for such people, my class is for everybody. If you feel you are brilliant, you can do anything, you do anything. Later, if answer is not coming, don't blame me. I will tell, I gave warning. What I tell, follow. Therefore, you consider, make a note here, always consider the angle with nearest horizontal or nearest xx. Then permanently, see what? Permanently, without thinking, x component is cos, y component is sine. Okay, therefore, see here, angle theta with the xx, see, cos, sine. Angle theta with the xx, cos, sine. Here, see, x component, cos, sine. This is a crude method. See, cos, sine, crude method. Therefore, this component is, see, this answer is your force P, I want black color, okay. Now I want green color, okay. Your force P into cos theta without, see, if once you take the angle with the nearest horizontal or nearest xx, without thinking, you can write x component cos py p into sine theta. Here, this component is horizontal component, the xx component. P cos theta, py equal to p sine theta. See here, this component, p into cos theta, x component, p into sine theta. See here, x component, p into cos theta, p into sine theta. So, this is the advantage of considering sticking to one concept. Sticking to one concept means not mix up. There are so many people, so many places when they teach, some angle they take with xx, some angle they take with yy. I have seen then they also making mistake. So student get confusion. My class will be very concept based, systematic, but remember, meant for everybody. People who are intelligent, it is their choice. Okay, make this note. So in future, I will not repeat. Okay, now I will remove this one and continue. Now, very, very important, very important. Analysis of pin, what all I dictate you write. Analysis of pin jointed plane frames, even though we consider now in engineering mechanics, where you consider reference as usually xx and yy, but major part of this one will come later. When you go to structure, and one more thing, see, so far sometime for the given force system, find the equivalent resultant, etc. That is a random problem. But pin jointed plane frame is a practical case of structures. So many times, yes, might have, if you travel, you might have seen, see, bridges like this. Or sometime roof trusses, see here, some roof trusses. This way all. These are all considered later for pin jointed plane frames. It comes in steel structures and bridges, and also in structural analysis. Later you have to study statically indeterminate pin jointed plane frames Then you have to consider deflection of pin jointed plane frames. So many chapters are there. Therefore, this pin jointed plane frame, even though we are covering in engineering mechanics, major part of this will come later in structural analysis and steel structures. Therefore, I decided for pin jointed plane frame not to use XXYY. See, here you have used so far X. See, just now I told XXYY, because when you go to theory of structures or structural analysis, or for that matter, even strength of materials, later structural analysis, determinate, indeterminate structures, or design part, there usually we write sigma H, sigma V, horizontal force and vertical force and inclined force. Therefore, to help us later in structural analysis, what I am doing is now onwards, I am not going to use, see, this XX and YY. Now onwards, I am not going to use it. Instead, black color, okay. Instead, now onwards, almost up to end of my course, after this chapter, strength of materials, very huge structural analysis for determinate structures, also for indeterminate structure, like MD method, SD method, Carney's method, so many methods are there, and strain energy method, consistent deformation method, forget about it. Then RCC or steel or pre-stressed concrete or any structural subject, I am going to use the term horizontal and vertical. Horizontal and vertical. So that right now we will start. So remember, this is horizontal, this is vertical. This horizontal was earlier in engineering mechanics XX. This vertical earlier in engineering mechanics was YY. Now you will use vertical and horizontal. Therefore, when you start resolving from now onwards, what you do? Consider the angle. You make a note here, very powerful note. See, one note you write here. If a force or load is directly horizontal, no resolution. Why? It is horizontal, leave it. Or if a force is directly vertical, no resolution. Why? It is vertical, leave it. Horizontal force has no vertical component, vertical force has no horizontal component. But whenever the force is inclined, it has both horizontal and vertical component. Then you should consider the angle theta with, once again I told you, nearest horizontal, nearest horizontal or vertical. If you take other way, see, suppose you take this angle, what will happen? I already told you, don't take it, you believe me, danger. Nearest horizontal or vertical. Now, if you consider the angle with horizontal, then with which you consider angle horizontal. Horizontal is cos, vertical is sine. But if you consider the angle with vertical, nothing to worry, then vertical is cos, horizontal sine. I will ask the students, do you want it? No sir, no sir. Sir, confusion sir. So what to do? Therefore, write all this. To avoid all this mix-up or confusion, right here, it is advisable or better to consider angle theta always with nearest horizontal. Nearest horizontal. Then, right here, without looking here and there, horizontal component is cos, vertical component is sine, as shown here. See, example 1. See, horizontal. Don't show vertical here. See, if this is horizontal, this is vertical. Okay. Force P, theta with nearest. So then, see, right side and upward. See here. Left side and upward. Here. left side and downward, right side and downward. This I cannot explain because thousands of time over. So PH means horizontal component of force, PV means vertical component of force. Now without seeing, answer. Horizontal is P cos theta, vertical is P sin theta. Here, horizontal P cos theta, vertical P sin theta. Horizontal P cos theta, vertical P sin theta. Horizontal P cos theta, vertical P sin theta. Make this note. Okay. Now I will go to next round. Therefore, now onwards, basic conditions of static equilibrium for a coplanar force system. See, if it is a concurrent force system, same thing. Sigma m0 is not applicable. That you will see later. For a coplanar force system, three conditions are there. Earlier, see, note, earlier, so far, engineering mechanics, sigma fx0, sigma fy0, sigma m0, what we will do? This we will cancel now. We will go for a new one now. Both are same actually. Suppose you write sigma fx, nothing to worry, but I do not want it. Sigma h equal to 0, sigma v equal to 0, sigma m equal to 0. In the class, I am dictating, you should write. Sigma h equal to 0 means right here. You should write it here. That is algebraic sum of horizontal components of the entire force system equal to 0. That is algebraic sum of the vertical components of the entire force system equal to 0 or will vanish. Algebraic sum of moments of the entire moment of the entire force system means everything considered about any point in the plane, this in the plane, I will explain later, in the plane is 0, or you can write either 0 or vanishes. Okay. So remember, earlier when I used to write sigma fx0, I am replacing today onwards, come to end of our course, maybe except some special cases. Special cases are there. Later, when you go to principal stresses, there once again inclined plane resolution will come. I will tell a reminder. Okay. So almost everywhere up to end of our course now, mechanics over now, strength of materials, structural analysis 2 parts, determinate, indeterminate, and RCC or steel, etc. what, or even what, any method, then I will write instead of sigma fx0, I will write sigma h0. I will not explain each and every class the meaning of that one. I will write we have. Up to some time you write. Up to some time till you get complete grip. When you put sigma h0, you write there up to some time, some 4 or 5 times later. Algebraic sum of horizontal components of the entire force system is 0, sigma v0. Algebraic sum of vertical components of the entire force system is 0, sigma m0. Algebraic sum of moments of the entire force system about any point in the plane equal to 0, right? So now, remember now onwards, your equilibrium conditions I am going to write is sigma h, sigma v, sigma m. Now, which are applicable, which are not applicable, that all I will discuss later when I start SFD BMD. Because when I start SFD BMD in the strength of materials, first chapter is simple stresses and strains. Then compound stresses or principal stresses. There, determinate, indeterminate will not come much. Maybe some rare it will come. But when I start shearing force and bending moment diagram, before starting, I will give introduction, I will differentiate determinate and indeterminate structure, something called degree of indeterminacy, something called redundant reaction. Later when you go to indeterminate structure, it will be thoroughly explained once again. Okay. Now make all this note. Now we are ready for today's, see, still lecture 1 is not, see, it is not still lecture 1. Analysis of pin jointed plane frame, determinate pin joint plane frame. Lecture 1 is next class. This is lecture 1, correct. This is lecture 1. Actually, what is pin jointed frame, what is that terms, that all will come in the next class when I start introduction. Today's class is somewhat preliminary or recap of engineering mechanics. So now ready for today's preliminary class for pin jointed frame. Okay, I'll start now. Everything you correctly make a note and go through repeatedly entire class. Now, the very purpose of this class, I told pre-requirement. In the title I am going to write, in the thumbnail or title I am writing, I will write this is pre-requirement. Go through entire class without skipping anything. Write everything I tell. See, now onwards, write everything I tell. Of course, laborious, no doubt. Once in a lifetime. Write everything I tell. My guarantee that you will have no difficulty later for method of joints and also later in structural analysis when you go for statically indeterminate pin jointed frames and also for finding deflection of the truss joint or frame joint. My guarantee, and also in some other methods. So everything you have to write. Now something I will dictate. Example 1. Question is, I write here. See, I will put here now. Question is, for the given concurrent force system, see, this is given in the question. For the given concurrent force system, find the values of P1 and P2 for equilibrium of point O. Okay, I will put joint O. Actually, joint O is much better because later we are telling joint O, method of joints, equilibrium of joint O. Now, see, a 20 kN force is given. 6 black color are given. Here given, make a note, black color values, this is given here. Later, they are either external forces or any load acting at the joint externally or already calculated member forces. I will explain it. See, wait for some time. They are either support reactions or some external forces acting at the joint or already calculated, means black color, not red color. Why? Not, it is known. Already calculated. What is that already calculated? Wait for some time. Today you write member forces. Okay. Red color, P1, P2 are the unknowns. Today in the class I am writing P1 and P2. Later it is not P1, P2. It is P, member name is there, like PAB, PAC. If the joint is A, if the joint is, say for example, if the joint is, this joint is A, if this member is B, this force I will put here PAB. Here I will put PBA. Same way here. Some name is there. That all you worry. Today I am not writing PAB, PBA because other joints are not known. So pre-requirement class. So P1, P2 in today's class in the preliminary you write he gave or make a note. One more note you have to write. Next time not telling. P1, P2 nobody is going to give you. You have to decide what is the direction. How to decide? Based on judgment. I will tell you judgment. See, everything I will explain. 90% cases, it is possible to decide direction for P1, P2 by judgment. You can decide the correct direction. So I will tell you later. As far as possible, if you got a capacity, listen to what all I tell later, and based on that reasoning or argument or logic or principle, etc., you decide correct direction. Advantage is that if you consider the correct, either consider or assume correct direction, you are going to get a positive value when you solve it. You are going to get positive value when you solve it. Positive value means all are happy. But nothing to panic. Make a note. Nothing to panic. By chance, if you got difficulty later, not now, doubt comes. Is that force this way or this way, this way or this way? That is that force is acting, only two words I am using, towards the joint, see, towards the joint or away from the joint. So 90% cases, actually for me, almost 99.9999999%, maybe very rarely because of so many forces, even I have to calculate. Then I will do one thing. Okay, leave it. Otherwise, 99.999% I am in a position to decide correct direction. But what about you? I will see that 80% people can decide. Slowly, the percentage should rise. Okay, now, so this direction P1, P2, later you have to decide or assume. But today's class, it is given. It is given. For that matter, I will tell you in example 1A. See, example 1A, I am giving correct direction. Why? Because I will look here. Over for me. That's all. Over. That's all for me. That's all for you if you follow everything and learn. See, entire structural engineering, sometime I will tell, okay, this way. That's all. Why? I thought I got it. You can reach near me if you show dedication. But some rare cases, you may not be able to do it. Leave it. That is difference between you and me. Okay, now, so today's class, you imagine it is given. You write here. See, today's class, you imagine this is given direction. Later, I will explain to you. But instead of P1, P2, some A, B, B, C, C, D will be there. That is no problem. Instead of P, sometime F will be there. I will tell all those things. Okay, start. Also, it's a question. See, after getting the values of P1, P2, see, after getting the values of, remember, with the sign, you have to, whenever you apply equilibrium conditions and equate to zero, I always insist, write the answer with sign. Sign. Draw a neat sketch where mark all forces in their actual direction that is understood without sign. That is the sketch, final answer. This all I will explain today. And later, in the beginning few questions, repeatedly I will explain. Till I will tell, now if I explain, it will be insult to so many people. Okay, now, one more note you write. He just now told P1, P2, today he gave it that way. He wants that way. But he means me. He also told later in method of joint, this direction we have to decide as much as possible correct direction. Now, one question will come. Suppose I am not able to decide what to do. Nothing to worry. Assume any random direction. See, you are not knowing, no. Either consider inward or outward. Here also, either take inward or outward. After solving, if your assumed direction is correct, you will get a positive sign, whereas if your assumed direction is wrong, you will get negative sign. Okay. Then what to do, I will tell. That's why there are question number example 1 has got 4 sub-examples. A, B, C, D. In A, both will come positive. In B, I don't know, maybe P1 will come positive, but P1 will come positive, but P2 will come negative. In C, P1 will come negative, P2 will come positive. In D, both will come negative, so that 100% we are covering everything. Okay, start now. These all will come later. You just do one thing. What I tell today, you understand. So, okay, now, just before starting, make a note. Basic conditions of static equilibrium applicable for a concurrent force system in equilibrium are sigma h0 and sigma v0. Sigma m0 is not applicable. For concurrent force system, sigma m, this I already told earlier, moment you cannot take. So, only 2 basic conditions of static equilibrium, namely sigma h0 and sigma v0. Therefore, only 2 unknowns are permitted. So, in method of joints, number of unknowns should not be more than 2. That all I will tell you in the next class introduction. Okay, start. Solution. See, this is horizontal. See correctly. I won't write every time now. Waste of time. See. Very time not required. See. Oh, what is this one? See. This is horizontal. This is vertical. Okay, start. First you sketch the force system. See here. 20 kN up. 20 kN up. 6 kN right. 6 kN right. P1 they want like this. He wants. Who means today I want. P1 like this. Okay, mark P1 that way. Angle is 40 degrees. See, with horizontal, I told you, mark for any inclined force, mark the angle with nearest to horizontal. And see, by chance in the question, next question, I'll give you this angle. Be careful. And P2, today he wants like this. Okay, take like that. Note, sigma V H0 and sigma V0. Which one first? Anything will do. See, but in the method of joints, I will tell you, if you think a little, which one first is easy to understand. See here. Take your pencil first. Okay, then see here. Cosine. Okay, this I will not explain. Now see, which one first here? I will tell you which one first. Reason I will tell. If you make sigma V first, P2 will not come. Only P1. This is P1. I forgot right here. See, print mistake. See, P1 is inclined. What all I tell you right here. See, what all I tell you right here. P1 is inclined. It has got both horizontal and vertical component. P2 is purely horizontal. Therefore, P1 will come for both sigma h and sigma v. P2 will come only for sigma h. P2 will not come for sigma v. So decide first. If there is any force which will not come for anything, yes, P2 will not come for sigma v. So if you write sigma v first, P2 is not there, directly you get a P1 advantage. So if there is an inclined force and a horizontal other force is unknown is horizontal, one of them is unknown is inclined, other unknown is horizontal, you take sigma v first. Or if one force is inclined, other force is vertical, then vertical will not come for horizontal. So then sigma h first. If both are inclined, it hardly matters. Okay, start. So I will tell class, therefore after the class sigma v0, see I write here, first sigma v0 and then sigma h equal to 0. 1 minute. Make a note here. By chance you do not observe all these things. You go traditionally sigma h0, sigma v0, nothing will happen. When you go to sigma h0, p1, p2 will give you an equation. When you go for sigma v0, p1 will come. Substitute back, you get p2. But very important, I will tell you now, always write everything with sign. Sign very important. Okay, start now. Sigma v equal to 0, I will take upward positive. And remember, this upward positive has nothing to do with this direction. This is, for this I am uploading a separate class in YouTube. Start. See, minus P1 sin 40, this I should not explain. Why? It's already known to you. See, sigma V0, see here, unknown first, minus P1 into sin 40, then P2 is purely horizontal. When you do sigma V0, see, minus P1 sin 40, P2 is not there, plus 20 equal to 0. This will not come. Therefore, you get the value of P1. See, I'll throw out the green color now. Now, green color is not required, time being. Therefore, solving it, this I will not see. Be careful. Take to other side. Don't blindly put the sign. Think a little. What happens? This goes that. See, this is high school mathematics. P1 will come plus 31.114 kilonewton. Someone will tell, oh, he already solved and solving the problem. No. To get this answer, I do not require more than 20 seconds, 1 minute. There is nothing I wrote because to save the time. Okay, then. Now, sigma h0, I will take right side positive. You can take, I will ask a question sometimes. Instead of taking upward positive, if you take downward positive, offline class, I will ask them, is P1 instead of plus, what will come? All will tell minus. No. This direction sign has nothing to do with this sign. This plus sign will come if assumed direction is correct. Even if you take downward positive also, see, this will become plus, that will become minus, answer will come same. Result we get from equilibrium condition with sign convention, the sign for the unknown is independent of sign convention used. Uploading separate class in YouTube. Okay, start. Now, sigma h0, see here, minus unknown first, see, P1 is already known. Okay, start from P2. So it is plus P2, no resolution, why? Horizontal, plus P2 minus P1 into cos 40. This is not there. Plus 6 equal to 0. Plus 6 equal to, therefore, now what you do? Substitute P1 equal to, see, plus 31.114 kilonewton. Therefore, you get the value of P2. This I should not explain. High school mathematics, you substitute P2 minus, okay, today I am telling, only today I will tell. There is a reason for it. So I write here, today I will tell. See, only today. I want little more space. 1 minute now. Then little more space required. Therefore, P1 equal to plus how much? 17 point. Some reason is there. Today I am explaining. Next time I will tell it is your problem. Okay, now. Okay. Shall I remove this one? Okay, let it be there. Let it be there for some more time. Okay, then. Sigma H0, take right side positive. You get plus P2 minus P1 cos 40, then plus 6 equal to 0. See, substituting your P1 equal to whatever you got there. With sign you substitute. Plus 17.835 kilonewton. Now do one thing. Kilonewton. What happens? Substituting, you get plus P2 minus bracket. See bracket. Plus 17.3835. 835, correct? 17 point. Oh no, P1 is coming 31 point. What is this one? Ayyo, I will put wrong answer. Plus 31.114. Okay. What to do? Sometime print mistake. P1 equal to, someone will be laughing. Sir, nowadays lost print mistake more. Plus 31.114 kilonewton. You get P2 plus P1 is what? See, minus is minus only. P1 you substitute whatever you got. See, plus 31.114, close the bracket. 114 plus 6 equal to 0. Now do one thing. Take the other side. Now if you cannot solve, you better leave my class, study somewhere else. It will come P2. Oh, sorry, cos. See, I thought, what is wrong? 31.114 into what? Into cos 40. Oh, I forgot cos 40. Plus 6 equal to 0. Space I will check now. Your P2 will come plus 17.835 Newton. 1 minute. I will check the camera once. So that nothing should go out of camera today. Each and every line is important today. Okay. Nothing to worry. Okay. Now, the most critical part of today's class. See, therefore, I told you, see, also after getting P1, P2, show a neat sketch where enter all the values. In this also you are doing in the pin jointed frame. In the pin joint frame you are doing this one. That's why I am telling it. Where no negative sign. I told you, show all the forces in their actual direction. Therefore, joint O is in equilibrium as shown below. How, tell me? Up 20, see, up 20, right 6 known. Now, what all I tell, you write here. You write. What all I tell, you write here. Then you put the sketch. Put your finger at the joint. Put your finger at the joint where you solved. Here. See the unknown force, P1. See or tell me whether it is acting towards the joint or going away from the joint. Answer. It is acting towards the point. See the sign we got. Plus. Positive sign indicates that what direction you considered here is correct. Therefore, enter the value without sign in the same direction as assumed. 31.114. Put finger here. See P2. Tell me, as per sketch earlier, before solving, is that force is going away from the joint or coming towards the joint. Later, for time saving, I can tell incoming or outgoing. Some will tell, sir, telephone caller. Yes, it is my choice. Who are you to comment? In the beginning, I told clearly. Tension, compression, all I will explain later. Today not, or today I am not knowing. Okay, do one thing. Some people will start laughing there. I will still study tension, compression. Okay. Today we enter, see, P2, we consider, see here, going away from the joint. Answer came plus. Positive, this all you are right. Positive sign indicates that this direction is correct. So P2 is to right side of, see, going away of 17.835. Enter. Over. Okay, over. Now, if anybody doubts how he will solve, see, if I want the answer, who will work all this one, see? Sorry, calculate not on. 31.114 P1. 17.835 P2. Over. That's all time I require. Sometime, remember, I will tell you now only for you. See, sometime a pin jointed frame will be given like this, big truss problem. In, see, some loads are there. Okay. One horizontal load, etc. Loads are there. In the offline class, I will give a problem, homework for them. I will tell them, today you do this as homework. Do you want answer? Yes. Wait. What I will do is, see. Within 1 minute, because there are how many members here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Each member I may take 5 seconds. 17 to 5, 85. Okay. Not 2 minutes. Reactions are required. Okay. Within 1.5 minutes, I will fill up everything and tell, now solve. People will start looking amazing at me. Sir, what is this, sir? I will tell, this is that. You also reach this level. Sir, not possible. Okay, at least come near to it. Some will tell, sir, this we have never seen anywhere. Such a high speed. Yes, I got capacity. Why? I don't have to bother in this force is like this. By looking only I can tell what way force should come, how the force will come. That I will show you my capacity later when I give an exercise. I will show my capacity. If I tell further, you will think what? He is boosting. Okay, you think whatever you want. I am showing you my capacity and my confidence. Okay, this question over. Now see correctly, I will tell you example 1B. Same question. Same. This is the question. Make a note. The person who set the question, that is me, want P1, P2 like this. Or you write here, we are not, see, you write here, we looked at it later in the method of joint, we looked at the joint O. Some confusion came to us. So what you have done, we took both of them this way. Instead of worrying too much, this force is like this, to balance you require like this all problem. So I do one thing, time is not there. I will take both outgoing, see what happens. See now. Same question. For your safety or your thorough knowledge, write each and everything. What all you wrote last time, write everything. Okay, start now. See. Okay. Sigma V0 upward positive. See here. Now, when you resolve here, see what happened, tell me. When you resolve here now, see. I will use black color. Okay, leave it. Black color I will use. Who will go for green color? Cos sine. Okay, green color not required. Black will do. Okay, start. Sigma V0. Why see by chance, if you apply sigma H first, you get this equation first. When you make sigma V0, this you will get P1, substitute there. It is not a big issue. But as much as possible, if one inclined and one horizontal is there, eliminate the horizontal by taking sigma V first. Inclined comes both the way. Or if one inclined and one vertical is there, eliminate the vertical by taking horizontal first. I'll give example for you. Start. Sigma V0, upward positive, see here. Plus P1 sin 40 plus 20 equal to 0. Solve this one. Your P1 will come. See here. Your P1 will come. See correctly here. Minus 31.114. Okay, I'll check it. Yes. Minus 31.114. Sigma H0. See. Plus P2. Then plus. Why plus? See here. You don't see this answer. Make a note here. When you write equilibrium, do not see answer here. Plus P1 cos 40 equal to 0. Substitute P1 equal to minus 31.114. You get P2 plus, see here, plus P1 minus. Simplify this one. P2 will come plus 17.835. These all I am telling so that you have no difficulty in the method of joint later. Remember, not for time pass. Okay. Therefore, joint O is in equilibrium as shown. Put your finger here. See now. P1 we considered going away from the joint. See, going away. But on solving, we got negative sign. Means going, you should write everything here. So going away is wrong. It is actually coming towards the joint. Oh, see here. Oh, see. Now remember, now no minus sign. You should not write minus here. Some people do it. I will tell you one thing. I will tell now only. When people draw SFD, BMD all, see, I will tell you one problem they are doing. See, they will put this way. Shearing post diagram. They will tell plus minus. Then they will write plus 20 here, minus 30 here. I will tell them at least wake up. Once you put plus and minus here, don't write minus here. Have common sense. At least you are teaching. See, reputed teachers, so many reputed teachers in online, they talk as if they know everything. They come in front of me, I will tell them, this much mathematical concept is not there. You are telling, you are teaching, etc. See, I am not insulting them. At least I will upload a class for this one. Blunders or mistakes, sometimes silly mistakes committed by people, do not do it. See, or I will tell, you do not write plus, you write this much, 20, 30, sign is there. Or do one thing, do not write anything here, then write plus minus. Okay. Do not write plus 20 minus 30 and put plus minus here. At least common sense. Okay, leave it. So therefore, see here, we took P1 this way, negative sign came, you reversed it. P2 you took going away. Oh, P2 came positive, means correct. So therefore, final result, write once again, then make a note here. Oh, final on result is salt. In my class, little later, salt will come repeatedly. Salt is not Kannada uppu, Hindi namak, English sodium chloride used for cooking. In my class, salt means same as last time. So whatever you do, this answer nobody in the world can change. Remember, over. Now question number 1C. See, 1C. See what I am doing. Imagine question given is like this. He told he wants this way, see, P1. Maybe P2 also he wants this way. Or you make a note. You got confused. So you decided, okay, let me take both this way. See what happens. Okay, no problem. Okay, take this way question. Write everything once again. Good for health. Write everything here. See, now your P2 is like this. See here. As per the question. P2. Okay, start. And P1 is like this. See, P1 I have taken what? Incoming. See, this is P1. This is P1. Okay. Now he wants P1, P2. Who wants means me only want. P1 this way, P2 this way. Okay, start. Sigma V0 first upward positive. See here. Now resolution will change. See here. Cos sine. Okay, start. Minus P1 sine 40. See here. Minus P1 sine 40. These two are not there. Plus 20 equal to 0. Calculate. P1 will come plus 31.114. Sigma H0, take right side positive. Minus P2, see here, see. Minus P2, then minus P1 cos 40 plus 6 equal to 0. Substitute P1, whatever you got. How much you got? Plus 31.114. So your answer is minus P2 plus, now here plus or minus what? See, this minus is this minus. In the bracket for P1 plus 31.114 cos 40 plus 6 equal to 0. Therefore, see, simplify, take other side, solve the question. If you cannot solve, it is high school level mathematics. Your P2 will come minus 17.835. See, I am saving time by correcting. You should not do it. Some people will be there who will write. You write. If you are lazy, after all, today's class, if correctly understood and may need fair copy with all explanation entered, my guarantee you will have no difficulty for entire your structural engineering. Whenever method of joint comes, it will come many times in class in this our chapter, and also in strength of material sometimes, and then in structural analysis it will come so many times. Indeterminate structure, then what? Deflection of frames, competitive examination, very important. Academic also very important. So if you are lazy and do not listen what I tell, I told warning for you. Advice is for those who listen. Okay, right. Now write final answer. See here. Put the finger here. P1 we considered, you should write here. P1 we considered acting towards the joint. Yes, we got a plus. Plus means this direction is correct. Enter the same direction. 31.114. Okay. P2 we considered once again acting towards the joint. But solving we got minus 17.835 means, oh, this direction is wrong. It is this direction, opposite. See, 17.835. Answer once again salt. Salt means not that cooking salt. Same as last time. Okay, now question number 1D. 1D. Last question. And then after this one, two more questions are there. D. See here. I will take P2 like this, and in the question I will take P1 like this. Y means I am giving, or you write here. Maybe you made a wrong judgment. You decided, oh, I think P1 will go this way, P2 will go this way. Actually, both you made wrong judgment. Okay, leave it. Start. Now, when you resolve, what will happen? See, P1 is this way, see, cos, sine. See, I will tell you 1 minute. Start. Once again, same way. Sigma V0 plus P1 sine, see, it is plus P1 sine 40 plus 20 0. Oh, P1 will come negative. Negative will come. Sigma h equal to 0. You took what? Which side positive? P. Last time where I took P2 negative? Minus P2. Okay. Sigma h0, take right side positive. See here. Minus P2. Then see here. Plus. Don't see this sign. You see the sketch here. Plus P1 cos 40 plus 6 equal to 0. Substitute P1 equal to minus 31.114. You get minus P2, then plus P1 is minus 31.114 into cos 40 plus 6 equal to 0. Solve this one. Your P1 also will come negative. Right here. Now simple language right here. We considered P1 going away from the joint. Oh, finger should be at the joint where you have solved, not other end. We considered P1 going away from the joint. Answer came negative. Negative sign indicates that this direction is wrong. It is reverse direction. Okay, enter. But now no minus sign. Okay, we considered P2 coming towards the joint. Again we got negative. Negative means what? Not coming towards, going away. Negative means direction considered or assumed earlier is wrong. This assumed direction is wrong. Therefore P2 not this way, reverse this way. P2 this way. Oh, once again salt. Now remember, I made all the concept clear. First time both came positive. Second time P1 came negative. I don't remember now. P1 came negative and P2 came positive. I think that way. I don't remember now. One more question, third question. P1 came positive. I think P2 came negative. Fourth question, both came negative. Or do one thing. First question, one of them both was positive. Second question, one of them negative, other positive. Next question, other one negative, one of them is positive. Last question, both negative. Everything is over. Therefore, you tell goodbye. We will meet once again. You tell such questions. We will meet once again in method of joint later. Now, I will go for example 2. Remember, only one question, not more. I will give homework for you. Question for the given is, for the given concurrent force system, find the values of P1, P2 for equilibrium. This sketch I am removing. I am putting a sketch now, something else. See here. Joint O. See. There is a force here, this side, of 8 kilonewton. There is a downward force here of 16 kilonewton. I will put here now. 16 kilonewton. Also, there is one more inclined force here. Okay, inclined force of 20 kilonewton. And there is one unknown force here and one more unknown force here. This force I can call any one P1, any one P2. I will call my choice. See, I will call this inclined as P1. I will take P1 like this. 1 minute now. I will tell you how is the P1. Okay, leave it. Randomly I will take. Okay, I will take P2 like this. Okay, This time you make a note, and this angle is, see, this angle is 60 degrees and this angle is 75 degrees. This question, joint O. Solve also, see, find the value of P1 and P2 for equilibrium of joint O. Also, after getting all the values of P1, P2 with sign, draw a neat sketch where mark all their actual direction, that is understood without sign. Understood without sign. Okay. 1 minute now. Just a minute. I will write and explain. Why unnecessary write in front of you? Because time waste. Now I will continue. Second example. Actually what happened is I have recorded all this night time. Yesterday was Sunday. So hectic class was there, activities. So around 3 o'clock in the morning, I felt tired. So I stopped it. Now it is early morning. I got up just now. I want to upload the class today. Therefore, little sound problem is there because the people started moving now. Vehicle sound will come. But bear with me. Nothing to worry. Voice is clear. Some disturbance may be there. Don't bother about it. If you are interested in the subject, you listen to what I tell. Example 2a. For the given question, same. Find P1, P2 for equilibrium. Okay. After getting P1, P2, neat entry required. All same. Okay. Now, be careful. Right. When you start solution, see, I already told you, mark the angle with horizontal. See here. 60 degree. Okay. They told 75 degree here. So, with horizontal, it is 15 degrees. So that this way and this way cos and sine. Now, sigma h0 and then sigma v0. Reason, see, last time question, if you remember, P1 was inclined. See, P1 was inclined. P2 was horizontal. There. Can you eliminate? Yes. P1 inclined will come for both horizontal and vertical. But P2 will come only for horizontal. So you can eliminate P2 by first taking vertical. If you take vertical first, P2 will not come. This question, see, P1 is inclined. Okay, therefore it will come both. P2 is vertical. This vertical can be eliminated so that easy. If you take sigma h first, that's why today sigma h first and then sigma v. Suppose you interchange, nothing will happen. This will come there, that will come here. Answer will come same. Start. Sigma h0, right side positive. See, plus P1 cos 15 plus P1 cos 15 minus 20 cos 60, then minus 8 equal to 0. Solve this one. P1 will come plus 18.635. Sigma V0, upward positive, plus P2, plus P1 sin 15, plus 20 sin 60, minus 16 equal to 0. Substitute P1 equal to whatever you got, plus 18.635. Simplify, P2 will come. Put your finger here now. P1 we considered going away from the joint. Yes, answer came plus. So P1, you are correct. Enter same direction. No plus now. P2 we considered once again going away from the joint as per the question. But P2 value came negative. So it is not going away, it is coming towards the joint. Now minus should not be there. This is the answer. Okay, now fast I will do second B1. I will do one thing now to save the time. I will see that now. See, I will reverse P1 now. And I will reverse P2. P2. Okay, this way given. Imagine you made this decision. You made this decision. Okay. Same way solve. Here see. P2, they want it like this. Okay. P2. P1, see, I will put here. P1, how they want? P1 is required like this. Okay, right? P1. Remember, angle is 15 degrees. resolve, what will happen? This is cos, this is sin. See, now this way and this way. Start. Sigma h0. What you get? Minus P1 cos 15. See here. Minus P1 cos 15 minus 20 cos 60 minus 8 equal to 0. Solve. Your P1 will come minus 18.635. Sigma V0 upward positive. See. Minus P2, not plus P2. See here. Minus P2. Then minus P1 sin 15. Sorry, not P1 sin 15. And then plus 20 sin 60, y plus upward, then minus 16 equal to 0, substitute P1 equal to whatever you got, minus, you get P minus P2, see here, minus P2, then minus, where P1 is there, substitute minus 18.635, substitute, your P2 will come plus 6.144 kilonewton. Okay, now put the finger here. P1 we consider, you should write what all I dictate. P1 we considered coming to the joint, towards the joint. But answer came negative. Oh, P1 is not like this. P1 is like this. Enter without sign. P2 we considered coming towards the joint. Yes, it came plus. So correct. That is right here, salt. Salt means same as last time. Now those who want to practice can do one thing. You assume P1 some other way, P2 some other way, solve. You will get the final answer same, sufficient. Now last question. I'll put here now. Last example. Before we start systematically what? Analysis of statically determinate pin jointed plane frames. Last question, that is example number 3. Question is, for the given concurrent force system, find the values of P1 and P2 for equilibrium. See here what I am doing. I will put a sketch here now. There is a force here, see. There is a force here. I will put this side now. Why always that side? There is a force here, P1. There is one more force here, see here, P2. I will take both this way. We will see what happens later. P2. Then there is a force here and there is one more force here. See, there is a vertically downward force. No, not downward force. I will put upward force only deliberately. Upward force, right side force, and one inclined force here. That force I will put this time like this. Okay, this way. This is this angle they told 40 degrees, not 40, 42 degrees. This angle they told something like 20 degrees. Or what? Okay, 20 degrees. And this angle they are getting, if I continue, it becomes what? With the vertical 20, slightly shifted, not 20, 25 degrees. These two are not collinear. This vertical force is 60 kilonewton, not 60 better, 25 kilonewton. This force is 7 kilonewton. This force is 10 kilonewton. Now, right here, joint O. Last question. Now, one important. This 7 kilonewton, 10 kilonewton, and 25 kilonewtons are either support, some of them may be support reaction, some of them, or maybe they are what? External forces, or they are already found member forces from previous joint. What is that? You will be knowing later when I start method of joint. This is a pre-requirement. It's okay. Also in the question I told, After getting P1 and P2, draw a neat sketch with the actual directions. Okay, write all the statement. Now, to save the time, I will write and explain. Why? Otherwise, it will take a lot of time. I will write and explain. Okay, I start the question. Last question, I will tell the reason. See, with these three examples, I will guarantee you have no difficulty for method of joint in entire structure engineering, not only engineering mechanics. I told later, structure analysis also, indeterminate frames or unit load method, strain energy method, casting joint method for finding deflection, and everything we'll worry later. Okay, see, question. Last example, before we start systematically analysis of statically determinate pin jointed frames. See, sound is becoming little more because it is already morning. So that's why I decided first to explain. Calculation I can take time because why no sound will come. Okay, see, they told find the value of P1 and P2. See, they told P1, P2 like this. Put the sketch. Put a neat sketch here. They told P1, P2. Actually, later you write here. This you have to decide. Today I am giving. If wrong, nothing to worry. Okay, then these 10 kN, 25 kN, and one more 7 kN, they may be support reaction or external forces or already calculated member forces from other joint. Some will ask, sir, what is other joint? Wait, it will come later. This is demo question. Okay, start. Now, draw a neat sketch. Some important note I will tell you. Mark everything. See, 7, right side. Okay, clear. 25, upward, clear. 10 kilonewton is coming this way. See, with the vertical making 25 degree. No, you mark with horizontal. If this is 25, this is 65 degrees. Now if you resolve, see, here and here. See here, sine and cos. Okay, then P1, P2 are overlapping. Okay, see, only consider P1. P1 they told 42 degree. See here, P1 is 42 degree. So, with respect to 42 degrees, see here, cos and sine of 42. P2 they told 20 degree with vertical. But we want horizontal, not this angle. Even for P2, we want angle with horizontal. See, it is 70 degrees. Why? Don't see P1 now. If this is 20, this is 70. Therefore, if I resolve sine cos with respect to 70 degrees. Now, make a note. If one unknown is horizontal, other unknown is inclined, eliminate that horizontal unknown by taking sigma v first. If one unknown is vertical, that was first question. If one unknown is vertical, other is inclined, eliminate that vertical by taking sigma h first. But here both unknowns are inclined. Once in a while you will get it. Not always. 90% you won't get it. But sometimes it comes, a 10% chance. In that case, right here, it does not matter. Why? We cannot eliminate anyone. Somebody will tell, yes sir, we can eliminate. Tell how? Sir, resolve perpendicular to this force. I will tell him, do you think I am not knowing it? That's what I will do if I am solving. But 99% people will get confusion. I will ask the students there, do you? No sir, we don't want. Okay. Therefore, nobody wants it, confusion. Then you have to mark the angle with x here and y. Asking for trouble. Don't go for it. Listen to me. Okay. Sigma h0, right side positive. See, correct? Clear. See. First P1 minus P1 cos 42. See here. Minus P1 into cos 42. Then minus P2 into cos of 70, that much common sense required. Minus P2 into cos 70, Then plus 7 minus 10 into cos of 65. Cos 65 equal to 0. You will not get any answer. If you want to simplify, you take this as equation number 1. Okay, then sigma v equal to 0. Upward positive. Start. For P1, plus P1 sin 42, see, plus P1 sin 42 is black, plus P2 sin 70, plus P2 sin 70, then plus 10 sin 65, this is not there. Now this will come, how much? Plus 25 equal to 0. Take equation number 2, you will get simultaneous equation in terms of P1, P2. You can directly use calculator properly. In friction chapter I told that is a mathematical part. Who knows? I may upload a class in YouTube for solving equation trick using direct calculator without simplifying. Till that time you solve. Now remember, my responsibility is over right here. No one should ask me how to solve. You are solving 1 and 2. You get P1 equal to P2 equal to. Now I will solve and then see. Lastly, therefore joint O is in equilibrium due to 25 this way, see, 7 this way, 10 this way, P1 this way and P2 this way. I will enter these two values depending upon the answer. Now I will do one thing. I will pause the recording and solve to save time. Start. I solved. I got the answer. Carefully I solved. Okay, over. Now, last part. See here now. Put the finger here. We considered P1 going away from the joint. See, this way. Answer came plus. Yes, correct. It is correct here. See, 30.368. No sign down. We considered P2 going away from the joint. But unfortunately, answer came negative. So this P2 is not going away. It is coming towards the joint. Now remember, no minus sign. 57.873 is the answer. Okay, now I will close the class. Next class, I am starting analysis of pin jointed statically determinate plane frames systematically. I will explain each and everything. So today's class, I have not told you what is pin jointed frame. Nothing I told, because why? This is the pre-requirement with my guarantee. Today's class, if you go through everything, you will understand everything in future. I already told 3-4 times. Usually I upload the class in the morning 8 o'clock. But I observed, morning nobody is seeing because why? All are busy. So now onwards, I will change the timing to evening time. Either 5 or 6. I think 6 is better. When people come home, they get notification. So I may change that, but most probably from today up to end of our course, I may upload evening 6 p.m. Okay, my choice. Okay, now those who want, solve this question once again. Take P1 like this and P2 also like this. Solve. What will happen? P1 and P2, which came plus will come minus, which came minus here, which will come plus, but this answer is same. Or you can do one thing. You take P1 like this and P2 like this. Both will come positive. Or for a practice purpose, take P1 like this and P2 like this. Both will come negative. But don't waste time too much. Understand everything and get ready for, from next class, analysis of statically determinate pin jointed frame, lecture 2, but actually lecture 1. But I want to put lecture 2 only. Why? I already started. This is pre-requirement. So from there, I will put, I don't know, lecture number. I will decide. Today's class, I may not put lecture number. That also, I wrote earlier, I may not write lecture number. I will write pre-requirement. Next class, I will put lecture 1. That also I will do. I will decide. You don't tell, sir, in the class you wrote lecture 1. I change my mind. What? Don't I have freedom to change the lecture number and class number? Okay, I will decide. If I don't put lecture number here, because systematically it will start next class. So technically I think next class should be lecture 1. But throughout this chapter, I will keep on telling you, any difficulty, refer that pre-requirement class number forgotten. I will tell you, I will make a note. Okay. See that you use this opportunity of education to you. I will tell complete details. Okay. We will meet next time. Thank you.